mistake you learned the hard way that you can now help people to avoid?
Dating apps are my biggest regret post-divorce. If I could go back knowing what I know now, I would never have downloaded a dating app or ever gotten on one. People will get on dating apps and spend massive amounts of time chatting, talking, and texting, basically just to do a job interview, only to find out you don't have chemistry and you wasted hours, months, and weeks getting to know someone. People don't really know how to set the correct boundaries on that, and that's a whole nother lesson. There's also not accountability because they are not in your friend group, any kind of social group, so you can't even have that filter of knowing anything about their background, and they'll quickly ghost you. And God forbid you catch feelings for a man who's an avoidant attachment, who didn't have to process his emotions after his divorce because he got on a dating app, and the minute you catch feelings for him, he's just going to start swiping right again. I'm not going through this bullshit again. I'm never ever diving in the dumpster, digging through the trash like this again. Take that time that you have spent on a dating app, spend it on yourself, and look for that organic experience.
The reality is, if you want something serious, then it's not the way to go. I'm not saying those apps don't work at all. They do work for some people, but they don't work for most people. To me, those women are wasting their time unless they don't mind being on the carousel. Most women are chasing the same guys on those apps. So why would any of those guys choose her?
So this morning, as I was getting ready to go have a fun day with my kids, I realized that I'm doing something ridiculous to myself. And I've done it consistently. Now that I realized it, I'm going to stop doing it. So for example, with guy with no potential, he shows me for how many days, like 4 or 5 days over the course of 2 dates, that he seems like a good guy, that he seems like, whatever, a good guy. And so when he decides to ghost,
what?
I think, what did I say? Or what did I do? Or maybe I shouldn't have done this, or maybe I shouldn't have said that. Instead of being like, maybe he's just an asshole and I was wrong about him. Like, seriously, I've known me for 44 years. I've worked on me for 30 to 35 of those years.
Are you serious?
The guy was on his best behavior. He said exactly what she wanted to hear until he got what he wanted. Now she's about to get back on the carousel after she got ghosted. And the funny thing is, the next guy is probably going to do the same thing.
No more. Anyone relate to this? Why am I giving the dude that I've known for 4 or 5 days more benefit of the doubt than I'm giving myself?
So our energy in 2022 is completely breaking up with dating apps and going back old school and relying on our friends. I have plenty of friends that are single and plenty of friends that are married who have really great single friends or newly single friends. And a friend of a friend still seems to be the best way to meet people out there. So I propose that we all dump the dating apps because they're complete and utter garbage.
She's right. It is one of the best ways to go. But I think she's going to be back on those apps very soon. Once you get on those apps, you should know what's about to come. And a lot of times, it's not going to be fun, especially if time is not on your side. As we can see, time is not on her side.
Throw them out and start relying on our friends and saying like, hey, do you know somebody who's in this age range? You know the type of guy that I like, you know my expectations, and then letting our friends be quality control for our dating life. Some of my friends are a little suspect and I'm not going to trust their judgment, but the majority know exactly what I'm looking for.
Her friends know exactly what she wants, which is probably why they haven't tried to help her out yet. She probably still wants a guy who's at least 6 feet tall with a 6-figure income with a 6-pack.
And I'm going to rely on them to help me meet my person. What about you guys? What's the best way that you have found to meet someone who is quality?
I deleted my Hinge in August and I have been so happy without it. Let me tell you, that app just makes me feel like shit about myself. Dating apps used to work for me in the past, but I don't know if it's just that I'm getting older. Meeting someone in the wild is so much better because when you meet in the wild, you have that confirmed attraction to each other, that confirmed interest. Whereas if I go on a Hinge date, the guy might not be attracted to me. He might not like my voice. He might think I'm weird.
Your craziest dating app experience?
It's not really crazy, but long story short, I'm banned from Tinder.
You're banned from Tinder? So what'd you do?
I was trying to be a sugar baby.
So you couldn't find nobody on there like that?
No, I think they thought I was fake.
Oh, for real? So what are you not banned from?
Hey,